almost puked.
Do you do the burp every time?
Yeah.
Howdy, partner.
Do you ever like miss it?
You're listening to the Podcast. Your host, Mason.
Oh, you mean the
Smith.
burp every time on the intro?
Yeah.
No, that's just pure gold. Right? That's just luck. All right, everybody. Oh wait, yeehaw, motherfucker! Welcome to another episode of Hi Dude. I got my trusted sidekick, my co-host,
motherfucking Nicholas Ceppaglia. Nicholas Ceppaglia. Motherfucking Nicholas Ceppaglia.
and returning guest, second time on the pod, Collin O'Meara. Everybody.
Yeah. Is that the sound effect for the guest every time?
I guess.
Every time I love it. So I'd make it for everyone.
But yeah, so you did the pod back when it was just me doing the audio only episodes.
Yeah, that was probably like a year and
It was
a half
about
ago.
it, probably, yeah, or more, yeah.
It was I want to say, yeah, like January 2021, probably.
Yeah, because it
or
was.
no, 2022. Yeah, 2022.
Well, I know it was pretty quick after I had just started doing the pod again.
Yeah.
Because it was still audio. Because we didn't start doing video till October last year. So we're coming up on a year of doing the video and shit.
A year of this shit.
Yeah, look at this production. My God.
That's a good enunciation there.
Yeah, I'm real big on words.
Yeah, what's your biggest one?
I mean, you tell me.
Mississippi?
Yeah.
I know stuff.
Spell onomatopoeia.
Well, I mean, I don't spell the words. I
Yeah,
just,
all right.
He just knows them.
I just.
Hey, what is onomatopoeia?
That's like when something's not what it seems to be.
Nope. I don't even know what you're trying. I don't even know what you're thinking of. A lie? A false?
Anonymous?
Anonymous? Is that? Remember, like in Batman, when he would punch something, it would go thwack.
Yeah,
That's an onomatopoeia.
Oh.
It's like a sound effect, like
Oh,
doink.
okay. Yeah, I got like bang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a formation of words. Formation of words form a sound associated with what is named.
Pow.
Let's hear you say it.
Onomatopoeia.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
That's cool.
I got to go onomatopoeia in the bathroom in a minute.
Oh.
Huh?
Should have done it before the podcast.
Yeah. I was just trying to get a pun in. You remember puns are big on the show and burping into the mic?
You burp?
I invented burping.
Do you do it on command, or are you one of them? You can.
No,
do it
I do it when
you-
they're natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a gassy guy myself.
Oh, dude, I'm the gassiest.
I believe it. I've seen you burp a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I rip ass a lot. My roommates hate it.
Oh, I love farting.
Yeah, they get mad sometimes, and I'm like, hey man,
It's part of it.
I'm never gonna stop. Physically, I can't stop.
Yeah.
That's what I tell
Yeah.
them too. I'm like, how selfish of you? You're like, oh, you smelled a fart for 30 seconds. I'm in pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like you can hear my stomach growling.
How quickly will you fart in front of a new girl that you're dating?
So here's what's interesting. It's like a genuine. I think it's like a defense mechanism. It's a weird thing. I don't fart when I'm like in uncomfortable situations. Like I only like. I mean, obviously I'll feel the need to fart sometimes in public. You know, it'll happen, but it'll be few and far between. When I'm home, and
Few
I'm
and fart
safe-
between.
There you go. There you go. Now we're cooking something.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Cooking with gas. Also, quick side note on that. I had a teacher. It wasn't even my teacher. It was my friend's teacher. And he said cooking with grease. So I thought the expression was cooking with grease for like the longest time.
We're cooking with grease now,
Now we're
baby.
cooking with grease. And I was like, all right. Yeah, sure. I guess we're deep frying shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did not know it was cooking with gas for like literally probably till like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say it. And it was one of those instant it clicked. I went, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've been wrong.
Cooking
Well,
with
dude-
gas, cooking with fire.
Dude,
I've never cooking with fire.
I thought for about 8 to 10 years that crimpy was a porn category.
Yeah.
But it's cream pie.
You ever have a crimp it?
What?
I talk about it now. I do it on stage now.
Talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, crimpy.
Did you ever like say that to like a prospective
That's how I found out.
woman?
No,
Like,
but
were
that's
you ever
how-
like, I'm gonna, if I don't pull out
You're
soon,
dumb.
I'm gonna
You're so
crimpy.
dumb.
I literally was telling a coworker, I was like, yeah, you ever seen that category crimpy? And he's like, dude, that's cream pie.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, it looks like crimpy. And also, butt cake, that's bukkake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, when I was a kid, I was like, butt cake.
Butt cack.
But it's weird.
I'm gonna find the podcast that we said this on before.
Did we?
Yeah, we talked about it.
But yeah.
Looks like you got a little butt cake on your lip there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I've had so many people ask me if it's on purpose.
Somebody did that the other night. You were on stage. I guess at the
Hank.
Yeah, or maybe it was him. Maybe it was somebody else. They were like, does he have something? Does he have cocaine on his lip
Everyone
right
thinks it's coke.
And I was like, no. He said it's like a rare form of like alopecia or something.
No, I think it's a part of having vitiligo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Joe Rogan, man.
Isn't that vitiligo? That's the golf spot that Trump goes to. Vitiligo. Oh my.
I mean, I was gonna say not even close, but I did understand what you were trying to say. Mar-a-Lago, vitiligo. I thought it was vitiligo for a little there, so maybe I never heard it out loud. It's one of the things. If you hear it out loud, like I heard bukkake before I ever read bukkake.
Yeah, oh, okay.
That's the thing with me. I thought hors d'oeuvres was hors d'oeuvres. Reading it,
Is that how it's spelled?
yeah, it's spelled hors d'oeuvres because it's like French.
Like whore's divorce.
Yeah. And I read that in public once.
Yeah.
It was one of the first bits I ever did. It was a true story. I was like at like a fancy restaurant.
I was like, oh.
And they were like, oh, are you interested in anything? And I was like, oh, these whores divorce. And they were like, what the fuck? Like they instantly could tell. They were like, you don't come from old money, you bitch.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh, fuck. I don't know hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry, I
there's
have a speech impediment.
Yeah, hors d'oeuvres.
So you know how? So you're from Philly,
Yeah, Jason, yeah.
and in Philly though, so like, is it close enough to the coast that they have good seafood?
So, like, so it's not like Philly per se. Like we're like that's on like the Schuylkill River and everything. Like it is really close. Like the Jersey Shore is like an hour away and everything. But where I grew up, Chesapeake City, Maryland, was like 40 minutes. So we would go to Maryland and just get crabs in the summer and everything. So yeah, we have great seafood because everything's you're literally an hour or less from the ocean.
Okay.
But we would just go to the actual places. Like Chesapeake City is like a really tiny little fishing town kind of thing, and it's like there's like one restaurant called the Tap Room we would go to. Just big. You walk in, you'd be like, let me get 30 jumbos, and they'd be like, cool, shit like that. Like just beer out the picture, fucking construction paper for a tablecloth. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Those type of places, and we'd go there in the summers all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to farting. So you fart and your roommates get mad. Now you live with John Heft and Jack Flug, right?
Yeah.
They don't fart?
John farts. Jack doesn't fart. Jack's bisexual. So he does, yeah. They don't.
Is that a secret?
They don't. Yeah, bisexual people can't fart. They didn't get the gene. That's what went wrong with them. It's all that leftover. It's all that leftover gas. They're like, I need to fuck. The.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think. I'm looking into it.
Is this a bit or is he really bisexual?
No, he's really bi. Yeah,
it's hilarious. So he's just gay.
That's a fun thing. I've realized if you're a woman and you're bi, men and women alike are like, okay, well, if a woman says she's bi, a guy goes, oh, we can have a threesome. Like that's like how men view it sometimes. But women will be accepting. Women are the least accepting. If a woman meets a man who's bisexual, they genuinely are like, oh, you're fucking gay.
Yeah,
they don't want to fuck.
Yeah, they're like, ew.
Yeah. Like a lot of women, I've seen that recently. It's like apparently it's like a genuine phenomenon. They like hate bisexual men. I was like, oh, that's offensive.
Nick's over there like, yeah, I know it's rough. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. But wait, so will you? So okay, this all started with
you asked about fart in front of my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I told you I haven't, but solely because I told you like it hasn't come. I mean, it's come up a few times. I'll have the wherewithal if it comes up. Like she'll go to the bathroom and I'll be like, because they're bad. Like
see, because that's the thing. If you fart while she's in the bathroom,
she comes out.
It's going to be lingering.
Well, that's the thing. But also, if she comes out, I'm like, what, did you shit in there? I'm like, what the
Gaslighter? Hey, gaslighter.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
that's really funny.
She hasn't noticed yet, or at least she hasn't said. But I've told her that I take crazy shits. We were having like it wasn't like a fight, but it was like a serious conversation about a relationship, and I just had bubble guts brewing, and like it was like one of those where it was like, like I love you, and this is something we clearly need to work, and I literally went, I have to shit. I just stood up.
Let's put this on. Put a pin in it.
Ran to her bathroom. Shot espresso out of my asshole for like 5 minutes. Like, and I
could have shit
that's
through
the types of shits I take.
Could have shit through a screen door.
Oh yeah. 100%. If I would have shit into like a colander for pasta, nothing would have changed.
Yeah, right.
Would have come right out. And then I just walk out, like, walking gingerly. And she didn't smell it because she was in the living room, but she could see from, like, my facial
You were
expression.
sweaty
She
and
was
pale.
Like, does that happen, like, all the time? I'm like, all the time.
Yeah.
And then Jack and, like, they've told her. They'd be like, does he fart in front of you? She's like, no. And they're like, Jesus fucking
When's the
Christ.
last time you had a solid turd?
A solid one? Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, right?
They're few and far between. Yeah, I shit.
Big time.
Yeah, you know what? See, here's what I do. I think my gut's fucked up, so I eat sauerkraut.
yeah.
That's what I do. I pick up whenever my gut's acting up. I buy sauerkraut and I eat it out of the jar. And
How
they
does
hate
that make
too.
it better?
It's like the probiotic in it or whatever. It's good bacteria and helps it, but it makes you fart a lot, and that's what makes it smell, and that's what they hate.
Oh, yeah.
They see me eating spoonfuls of sauerkraut to start my day, and they're like, "Fuck." I also weaponize it. Admittedly, I do that. Like if I'm driving and Jack's in the passenger seat, I'll just roll his window up and I'll let one rip.
Yeah.
And I'll lock it, and he's like, "No."
I like your style.
I did that to Patrick DePari last week.
Hell
Last week
yeah.
today, yeah, we were leaving the kick butt mic, and and he was like, "Hey, can you drop me off at Lucky Duck?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I ripped ass. And he was like, he stuck his head out the window. He was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Jack was like, "We deal with this every day," and he was like, "Oh my God, I saw Patrick this weekend, or maybe it was yesterday," and he goes, "I thought about your fart for like 3 days." He was like, "I'm not kidding. Like I smelled sewage, like it hit the wind once," and he was like, "Oh, did Collin just fart on me?" Chick-fil-A, huh?
If you're going to eat on mic, just turn yours down.
I'm just
Oh, okay, cool.
chilling.
Dude, I remember. Dude, I remember specifically this one about how someone goes, "I remember that fart."
Yeah.
I've got one. You can ask Nat about this. We had all.
He's got some, so he's got no
Well,
room
because
to talk.
he's got a. No. He wasn't mad.
Okay, I was about to say.
I'm just saying he was there.
Yeah.
So we went to see Primus in Boston, and it was when Nat had just gotten sober, and
Oh, so he had those withdrawal farts.
and he came back to the house. We were all sitting at the house, and we were watching. I think we all rented the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight. Yeah, I hear it. Either eat it, fucking be done with it, turn the fucking mic off, get it out of the bag.
I know he's gonna be so mad about this. I'm so hungry, dude.
We'll get it out.
I'm trying. They put all kinds of plastic on it. Thanks. Mason hates me eat on the hot.
Now put the bag away so it's not crinkling.
Didn't even get the deluxe, just the regular.
Yeah, dude. Keep going. I'm listening.
All right. So, anyways, so we all went back to the house, and this might have been a different night than the Primus night, but we rented the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor boxing match, and I remember I farted in the living room, and it was probably me, him, and like 3 other good friends, and they were gagging. They were like, "This is fucked up." They're
Yeah.
like, "You need to burn your couch."
Yeah.
Like this is And dude, when I say it lingered, I mean, if anyone moved, it would stir it up.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad, dude. I had to, and it was freezing. I remember it was winter. And we had to open
and you can
window.
still, because it's easier to smell when it's hot. When it's cold out, there's less air coming up.
Dude,
Yeah, so that's
it was
a good one.
bad.
Wow.
It was bad. And I remember we were laughing because I was like, "Oh, it's acid farts."
Yeah.
Because we were on LSD, I think.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that when I said that thing, I was like, "Oh yeah, withdrawal farts." I was like, "There's morning after drinking shits. There's beer shits." I was like, "How bad is like heroin shit?"
Yeah, I don't know. I've done heroin. Janice exclaimer. I've done heroin, but I didn't shoot it up. I've never done anything with needles, but I snorted it. I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was your farts?
Well, they're always just bad, so
Yeah,
you never can
that's why
really
it's hard
gauge
to-
that. You know? Do you have a shitty diet?
Oh yeah.
Do you eat vegetables and shit?
So I eat whatever's like available. Like today, I
Okay.
had KFC for breakfast, but also that's because I live with John, and John eats fast food for every meal. John,
So do I.
Every day he goes, "I'm broke," and I go, "I wonder why," and I point to the 9 bags of fucking Whataburger on our living room that he didn't throw away, and I'm like, that right there. But whenever he's like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah, I could eat." I'm like, all right. I'm easily like Jackson was
Yeah.
like, "Let's eat something with milk in it."
Oh, that's because he's bisexual.
Yeah, he cares about grains and shit. So I cook a lot though. So it's like,
Good for you.
But even when I do cook, I throw a lot of put a lot of shit in there that makes you shit. Every time I cook, they're like, "This is gonna make me shit, isn't it?"
Right.
I'm like, probably.
Oh, you'll cook for the house.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a house or an apartment?
We got an apartment.
Oh, cool. 3-bedroom.
Yeah, but it's pretty big. Like the living room's like really big.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys, does anyone have a game system?
Yeah, we play a lot. Like we were just playing the Switch earlier. They had the I didn't play like a Switch or anything like that.
Switch stinks.
Yeah, I mean I enjoy it because we use GameCube controllers.
Yeah, I hated
got an
GameCube
adapter.
when I was younger.
What did you like? The fucking
I liked
N64?
Xbox, yeah.
Oh well, yeah. I was an
Xbox.
Xbox kid too. He's got a PlayStation, so that's what we watch TV on. But I always grew up. I was always an Xbox kid.
Yeah, same. I don't like the way PlayStation controllers feel.
The PlayStation was for the poor kids.
Yeah, Xbox.
That's a real thing.
360 was the way they had the best
PlayStation
controller.
3 was free online. That was always there wasn't like a racial divide amongst the kids. It was a socioeconomic divide. Like if you were PlayStation, you were like ew.
Yeah.
Ew. It was like the socias and the greasers from the outside. It was like, you fucking poor pieces of shit.
Yeah.
We pay to play online.
Remember you had to buy the card? You would buy the
Xbox Live like for the year? Yeah.
Dude, I used to dude, remember wait, how old are you?
24.
Oh, so wait. So you
But I'm an old soul.
So was Halo 3 big?
Oh, that was the biggest game when I was a kid, yeah.
Cuz when I was 15, that got real big.
Came out in 07, yeah.
Maybe I was 15 or 16, yeah.
Yeah, I was 3rd grade when that was big.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was my life for like years because even when it came out, it was still huge
because Xbox Live.
I think that's the greatest video game of all time.
Dude, it was the best way to do live. I always liked shoddy snipers.
Oh yeah. Fucking getting on a Forge too, doing that. You know what I mean? The Forge, you could like build your own maps and shit.
Oh,
and everything like that. Like the custom game.
yeah.
That's what was the most fun about it, was doing like custom games with your friends, and you could teabag people. That was great.
That was a
good
big
at
deal.
Yeah, that was the first game where I was like, oh, I'm like playing, because I played like video games as a kid, but that was the first game that I was like, this is serious. And I was young enough. I remember my oldest brother. He's an asshole. He was like, let me exert some power. There was a campaign mission. It's like I think the second to last campaign mission of Halo 3, where you're on the Flood mothership, like the alien. You know what I mean? You're inside.
I remember that.
Organic. He said it was too scary, and he like told my mom, he's like, he's not allowed to play that game. And I'm like, I'm already shooting fucking aliens, and when you hit them, their heads explode and confetti comes out.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I can't see the
spaceship.
Also, the AI is hot. The AI is naked. Like, what are we doing here? And he was like, you can't play that one.
How old is your brother?
He's 31.
Okay, and do you get along? Did you get along with him later when you grew up? We
got along when I was younger, and we don't get along now. Impressive. I have a middle brother that I get along with.
Okay. Wait, how many siblings altogether?
I got 2 older brothers.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. And you're the baby.
Yep.
Hey, this could bring us to our segment.
Yes, sir.
What do I say again? What'd you say to say? What's your heritage?
Is that?
Cover your fruit. Is there a loose hair?
Are you actually? Is that a pun about something to do with my chest hair, or are you actually asking my heritage?
We're gonna find out about your heritage, but I'm hairy, so I say heritage.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, I like how the nipples are just like a.
I'm back. Kill me now.
They're just,
Jesus.
they're just there.
I had to eat.
It's impressive though.
Yeah, Hair Force 1.
Oh. It's going down.
Yeah, it is going down.
Just for you, Mason.
What do you call it? I'm mostly Irish. Despite, well, that's like a big thing. I've actually been explaining that to people. Me and Sam Hunter had that conversation at Creek the other night. I was talking about how I was like, where I'm from, if you're white, odds are you're Irish or Italian.
Right.
Like, it's a
Or
very
both.
diverse town. Like, my town is predominantly black, and then white, and then Mexican, and then we had like 2 Asian kids, and like 1 Pakistani guy. But
we ran him out of town quick.
But if you were white, you're Irish or Italian. Down here, if you're white, you're like German and English and
Right,
shit. Like nobody.
right.
So
Or people don't know.
So like back home, people would think I was Italian because I look like this and like I wear rings and shit. But down here, people think I'm Mexican all the time because there's no they don't know what Italians are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's also the difference in food. Like there's no hoagies down here and there's no good pizza down here.
Yeah.
Because those Italian restaurants, the Mexicans make all the food. Every pizza shop on the East Coast, it's just Mexican guys in there. Me and my friends, they would like work at pizza shops all the time. They would be the only white people in there.
Right.
Everybody would else be Mexican. But the Mexicans down here obviously just make Mexican food.
Right.
But so that's why the food's all different and everything. But yeah, there's no Irish or Italian down here. But
I hate when I go to a Mexican restaurant and they don't speak English.
I love it. I'll be honest, I love when that happens.
Oh! God damn it. Bill farted.
I can't smell it
I
yet.
can't smell it yet either. You better not.
He gets it from his dad, or
Oh yeah.
wow.
But yeah, so people don't know about Italian when you're down here.
Yeah, no, not at all. I actually did a DNA test. I tried to get one of the fancier ones too because it told you some shit about your genealogy. It was like, oh, you're more prone to this.
Hey, don't
because
make
of this.
up words, dude.
But yeah, I'm
Go away.
I'm what's called Black Irish because that just means you have like dark hair and dark eyes.
Okay, yeah, because you do. Yeah.
You're technically Spanish. Like I'm like
You're like your Irish descendants came from Spaniard. Right?
the history of it is a couple hundred years ago.
Invaded.
Spain had the best navy in the world, and then England was like, we have the best navy in the world, and Spain was like, no, fucking. And then they sailed down there to fuck up England, but then there was a storm, so they had to crash land on Ireland, and they just fucked all the Irish people who were blonde or ginger.
Right.
And then like brown hair, brown eyes is a dominant gene. So
yeah.
then now there's just a bunch of. So sometimes they're still pale there because it never rains and everything. But like I get real tan in the summer. And shit
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
So technically, yeah, I'm technically mostly Spanish, I guess. But also Spanish people are white.
Yeah, which we just learned that on the podcast.
You just learned that.
Did you guys know that Antonio Banderas is Spanish? He's not. He's white. He's a white man.
Yeah.
You know Antonio
You
Banderas?
must use
Yeah, I
some
met him a couple
bronzer.
times.
Did you? I would love to.
I opened up for him at a Funny Bone once.
He's an actor. But when he's in movies, he played Zorro. They put him in
You're a
brown
dog.
face.
What do you want?
What's he doing? Bill,
I can't see. What is he
go
doing?
Our
fucking lay
podcast
down.
is great.
Sorry, Colin. Go, dude. Go lay down.
He's just hanging.
He's just mad because he's gonna come over and crop us.
Yeah, he's gonna fart again.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
horrific.
You can't get mad at him. He learned it from you.
Bubba.
I just ate too.
Spanish Irish. Oh, have you been? Oh, dude, did it just go in his water?
Oh, he'll get it.
No,
Invigorating.
he doesn't understand.
He doesn't understand floating. Or...
Have you been to Ireland?
Nah, my brother did. I'd like to go. I just met an Irish comic at the Creek the other day too, and he was asking about that. I was like, no, I've never been. But
Oh, I think I met that guy too.
Yeah.
He's been in town for a few weeks, right?
I guess all I know is that somebody walked up to me and they were like, I went up to some guy and I like said, what's up? And I thought it was you, and then it wasn't you.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I met that guy.
Because I guess he also, like, my hair's not cut right now, but he had like a fade. So they're like, oh, that's Collin.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. He, when I heard his voice, I didn't guess Irish. I was
I mean,
like,
he's black Irish too. He's got black hair, black eyes.
yeah, but also his accent didn't sound Irish. I was like, where the fuck
Oh,
are
you don't
you
think so?
from? I didn't think it did.
Well, to be fair, I feel like if you met like an Australian, you'd be like, oh wow, what's Tulsa, Oklahoma like? Like,
Dude,
like,
sometimes an Australian guy does sound Southern.
yeah, well, well, that's why English is close to a lot of words. Like actual British accents are close to like the South and shit like that, and like, well, that's why like a lot of like Boston towns, it's like the real way to pronounce them. It's like, oh, just how would a British person say it? You know what I mean?
Worcester.
Yeah, Worcester. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? So it's Dorchester and then there's Worcester.
Yeah,
But it should be like Worcester and Duster.
yeah,
Or vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
why is it not the same?
yeah. Well, that's how you pronounce Worcestershire sauce too.
It's Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Yeah. I don't care for that stuff.
I like it.
So how
Just a
far
little
was your
bit.
hometown from Philly?
Like 45, like an hour. Which I mean, it's gotten further. I think now. Like when I was a kid, it was closer. But like I mean, like just in terms of like the traffic, like their highways aren't that good. Like
Yeah.
getting
Well,
into
the
Philly.
Northeast is a nightmare
Yeah.
anyways.
So yeah, like 45 to an hour.
And did you start comedy in Philly?
Yeah. First time I ever did comedy was at the Helium in Philly open mic. Because like they're run the same way Cap City's run here now, because it's Helium Ball Cap City. So it was a Tuesday night. Same thing. You email. And I emailed for like 5 months, and then I finally got on.
And that was your first time?
Yeah, and I was 18 still. I was turning 19 in like a couple weeks. So like, I didn't know if I could get in by myself.
Yeah.
So like I had my aunt and uncle come, so I could get. My mom was busy, and then like my best friend at the time was like, "Oh, I'll come through," and then I went like second or third, because they didn't know who the fuck I was.
Right.
Did 3 minutes. The jokes I was like, completely bombed, and then I got like a bunch of laughs just like telling a quick story. And then one of the guys, I can't remember who he is, but he's like a Philly guy. Like he's on like Gillian Keeves and everything like that. Like if I looked up his name, he'd be like,
"Oh, okay."
He told me straight up. He's like, "Hey, you have a good cadence. That's why they were laughing." And he like straight up told me, I was like, "Oh," he goes, "Yeah, you tell things funny. Your joke sucks," and they still laugh. Did you see that? But you
say it funny.
And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I think I have that.
Yeah.
I just sound funny while I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I didn't do it again for a while after that. I did something at my college because like I said, I wasn't 21, so a lot of the ones I would drive an hour, sometimes further, because it'd be like just outside of Philly, do an open mic, and they'd just be like, because it'd be at a bar.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "You're 19, leave." Like,
yeah, right.
Doing?
They wouldn't even let you do your set.
Yes, plenty. Sometimes, yeah. And then there was this one place that I went to, and they would do bucket mics, and I'd sit there. It was called Good Comedy. It was like in Chinatown. And I went there like, I'm not kidding, I forget, I think they did it on Sundays. I went there like 6 weeks in a row and didn't get pulled out of the bucket. And then I drove up there one time. I had friends already planning a day trip in Philly, so we were all hanging out. And we were like, "Oh, we're going to go see Collin do this thing." And then we got there, and that weekend, I think it just closed down, maybe. I forget. But it just was done. I was like, "Checks out. You didn't fucking pull me from the bucket for 6 weeks." Then I just started going to New York.
Oh, okay. Which is, how long is that drive from
it was
from
2 hours, and so I would go to the Broadway Comedy Club.
Yeah.
I did a like audition thing there, and they were like, "Okay, you got a residency. Come back every week."
Oh, sick.
This, and then I did that, and then they were like, "Oh, you're gonna get past April 2020. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna do your final show."
And then COVID.
Yeah, I was planning on moving to New York because I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get past." Like they straight up told me, like the one guy was like, "Yeah, you just have to perform in front of the other owner," but like, "Yeah, we love you." So I was like, "All right, cool." And that was 2 hours 26 minutes exactly from my apartment where the town I lived in then was called Westchester, Pennsylvania. That's where Gillis went to college.
Yeah, right. And you were supposed to, he invited you to hang out, and then you got drunk and didn't go.
No.
Remember the Kill Tony thing?
No, we did hang out a little bit after. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you got too drunk to go see him.
No, we got drunk together. Like after the show, I was like walking by, and they used to have like the tacos after and everything. I walked by and I heard he was like, "Yo, Collin," and I turned around. He's just sitting there with a bunch of tacos and a couple Bud Lights. He's like, "Come sit down." And I told him where my hometown. And he just laughed. He was like, "That makes a lot of sense."
Yeah, he's like, "That tracks."
My hometown's like known. Like if you tell people from Pennsylvania, "Oh, I'm from Coatesville, Pennsylvania," they're like, "What the fuck?"
Okay.
Like, oh shit! Like my senior year of high school, we were on the news. SWAT came to my high school because we had 7 separate fights in one day.
Yeah.
And they said Coatesville, the war zone. And it's just like helicopter footage. And it's just me. Like I got home from school and like, yeah, no, it was a normal day. We didn't even know.
Yeah.
Like we were just like, it's fine.
Dude,
like,
my senior year, we had a riot. It wasn't a riot, but because we only had like 280 kids in one class, but. There was just a huge. They called it a race war, but really it was just a huge fight between just everybody.
Yeah,
like
that happened my senior year. They canceled our homecoming pep rally because of all those fights that we had.
Yeah.
So the principal canceled the pep rally. So to retaliate, all of the seniors just went, "Oh, really?" And then they just went to the auditorium.
How about we burn your store?
And there was, and my graduating class was like 500 at least. Like I think like my high school was like 3,000 kids. So there was like
a good amount.
Hundreds of kids just throwing water bottles and shit. We're just like not in class. We're just like, all right. And then that was a big thing too. And like, you guys are in trouble. And we're like, look what happened when you punished us.
You're like, we got the numbers.
Yeah,
we got the numbers. You're like prisoners.
Literally, I like was there, and then I was just like, all right. Fuck it. And I just went back to my class, and the teacher was like, "Where were you?" And I was like, "I was at the fucking riot going on."
Yeah, the riot.
Did I miss anything? He's like, "No, I didn't start teaching because there's only like 11 kids in here." I go, "Yeah, I left because I almost got hit by a fucking water bottle." I was like,
"Yeah."
I like got the gist. I was like, "This is just going into," because it was the last period of the day.
Yeah.
So I was like, "This is just going until the end of the day, and then everyone's gonna go home." I was like. And then I literally was like, "Can I just leave?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can just fucking go. I'm not teaching." Like,
what were they doing to the kids that were participating in the riot?
They couldn't stop. It was mass. There was too many of them.
So they just let it happen.
Yeah, the teachers couldn't even get in the middle of it. There was hundreds of kids.
Did any windows or anything get broken?
No, like it was mostly just people yelling and shit like that. You know what I mean? Just
yeah.
But also, it was like,
give us our pep rally.
Yeah, and we were seniors too, so it's like, all right, like if I'm a male teacher too, like the female teachers weren't gonna be able to do anything. If you're 5'2", there's a 500 adults. They're 18. They're adults
Yeah.
at this point. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not getting fucked up. Same thing with the guy teachers though too. It's like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
I'm not fucking around.
You're all full of testosterone.
yeah, I
and
could beat
fucking,
the shit out of an 18-year-old right now, but I'm not beating the shit out of 500 of them.
Yeah.
Like, so they just let it happen. They were like, all right, and then we didn't get the pep rally.
Yeah. Right. So at the end of the
It didn't
day,
work.
it didn't even work.
Dude, we
that
stopped
was-
really caring about it at that point. We were like, all right, fucking.
It's a pep rally. Who gets this shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Well, I'll tell you why it started. The cheerleaders started crying. I think 'cause
Yeah.
they're like, we worked so hard for this, and then the football team was like, we worked so hard for this, and then we were just like, yeah.
Yeah, we support our teams, guys.
We did though. I'm coming like it's like a big sports town, so like high school football and basketball like mattered a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
really does bring the town together.
Right. You guys talk. I can't take it anymore.
You gotta piss?
I gotta pee real bad.
Why didn't you piss before we went?
I didn't think about it, and I also didn't change my shirt.
Neither did I.
Continuity's got to make sure they don't know it's from the same.
Well, I mean, you
episode.
barged in on the end of the last episode, so I mean, it's like I think it would have been funny. You just said, "All right, let it tie," and him walk out, and then you sat right down.
Just
and then
for-
just,
all right.
Not even like we
Just the
we
same.
cut away from Ty and then we cut back to Collin.
Yeah, it's the same episode.
yeah. it was just-
How long it would take people to notice? They're just like, wow.
Oh,
But
what's
it
happening,
Took out all
dog?
his piercings and that's what he looks like.
I've had a concussion.
How's your head?
Yeah, it's doing pretty good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened June 1st, so fucking way to start Pride Month.
Yeah, but you've been banging your head like ever since I moved here.
Kind of, yeah. I never had anything wrong with my head until I moved to Austin. I cracked my head open December 2021.
Yeah, I moved here November 2021. I
Yeah.
remember meeting you, and then like I didn't see you for like a month, and then like, yeah, I cracked my head open.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. I got drugged and then fell off a bar stool onto a concrete floor. And that one was fine, though. It hurt
Yeah.
bad, but I don't think it gave me that. I probably had a concussion, but it wasn't that bad. And then January 2023, so a year and like a week later, I totaled my car and I hit the back of my head on the thing, and I think it knocked me out. That one was fucking. The problem with that one, and then now this other one I got a month ago, was that because I kept like getting like little bumps, like my head would be sensitive.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And then,
how many
like-
times have you bumped your head?
Well, that
like,
shit
How many
looked-
times have you restarted the counter?
Yeah, well, dude, fucking yesterday I was at a 4th of July party and I got domed in the face by a water balloon, and I was like, come on. It was so bad it knocked my sunglasses off, and I was like, damn. But I'm at the stage, what I realized with all those little bumps, it wasn't actually, I don't think it was resetting my counter. It might have just delayed it. But it was, I think it was one of those, it's just going to take a little over a month to heal no matter what happens, because I got hit yesterday and it hurt. And I realized if that happened a week or two ago, I would have been back in my bedroom with the lights off, not being able to look at light. But then a few hours later, I was like, oh, my head fucking hurts. My eyes hurt. But I'm okay. And then today I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
Hey, so you guys started it without me. I still don't know what happened
Yesterday?
Yeah, you missed it.
with the concussion.
Or the initial concussion?
Yeah, I don't know what I was saying. I want to know about it. Did you just do it already?
Well, no, I didn't
You'll have
tell-
to listen back to the episode.
I didn't tell the
No,
story
just
of the
tell
second
me.
one. Well, no, I didn't tell how it happened. I work at a moving company, and I was like 2-man in a dresser down a stairwell, and there was like a switchback, so we had to go, and it was a little tight, so I had to hoist it over the thing. And I went to hoist it, and I realized I was like out of room already, and I was like, and I couldn't say hold up, so the guy was going down the stairs, so all the momentum of this big heavy dresser just drilled the side of my head and slammed it into the wall. And I, like, fell
Concrete
down.
wall, yeah, right?
No, it was just a regular ass wall, but
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And did it knock you out, or did it just?
No, that one I stood right back up, took the dresser down. I kept working. I was like, my head feels a little weird, but hopefully I'm fine. And then I was like, oh, no bueno. Because I think the reason why this one was bad is because I already had one in January that was really bad.
What
So
was
it's
that
like-
one?
That one I totaled my car, hit the back of my head on the headrest. So
Gotcha.
that was, and it was the back of the head too. So it's like that's the bad spot.
Yeah.
This one's on the side, which is also weird. But yeah, I have brain damage for sure.
Yeah, I got
You're not supposed to get bad.
Well, it might make you
concussions.
funnier, because that's what
Tell you what
Sam
was-
Kinison, Roseanne. They're like classically.
Yeah.
They had brain injuries.
I'll tell you what. This is actually, now that you said that, I'm not kidding. Since this second one,
Been killing it?
I've been booked a lot lately. I was like,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
going back to work like tomorrow, and I was like, I already have to call out 2 weekend days because I'm like, I can't. I got a show that Friday that's late, and I got a show Saturday. I can't miss them. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Man, so maybe. I feel like I got better at cutting hair too. Every once in a
No
while,
shit.
because I'd do a couple haircuts, and I'd be like I'd be like blinking. I'd be like, God damn. And then at the end, I just see the guy the next day, be like, damn.
Looks good.
That looks really good, dude. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I can barely remember fucking cutting your hair yesterday.
Hell yeah.
I think it just gets shut my brain. It was
you
just.
You just cut my hair in June.
It wasn't in June.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
June was just last month.
I know. It's a
It was
blur.
in May. It was in May.
I was gonna say it was a little bit before
Because
that.
they did mullet May.
Yeah.
And I got it back. I need to get a fresh fade up though.
Yeah.
What's
I
up
haven't
with
cut
you?
my
What's
hair.
up with the beard?
I don't know.
I
And-
like it.
And you know what? You have white where I had white years ago.
I don't know.
You said it's gonna go back though, right? You said it.
Mine
moves
goes
now.
away. It moves, and then
Yeah,
it
it's
just
starting right here too.
It's so weird, so fucking weird. But what's your plan? Are you gonna grow it out?
I'm letting it go for a while.
See
Yeah, I
how
like
it
it.
goes.
Yeah, see how it goes.
It's good.
Are you gonna do full blown beard, or are you gonna just kind of?
I'm only gonna shave the tops right here.
Yeah, right. Keep it
Yeah.
shaped up. Yeah.
And then we'll see where it goes. And had it for I think 6 weeks now.
This is the most I've ever seen you with facial
I
hair.
think it's
Yeah.
the most
Besides the
facial I've
mustache.
ever had.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll just see where it goes.
yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna. I still got to get on that Madalascapan or whatever stuff you told me about.
Minoxidil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Matalaxapan.
It's close, dude. That's damn near what it's called.
Yeah.
Matalaxapan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I put on my face. That's how I got it.
It's
That's how I got facial hair.
minoxidil. Is that what you said?
Minoxidil.
Minoxidil.
It's just
Minoxidil pickle.
Nope. It's just the active ingredient in Rogaine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe
So you're trying to
Rogan.
grow more hair.
Well, because I got a little thinning spot.
Yeah, it can help stop that, but you have to keep doing it. Like it'll stop it,
Like
but you're
twice
gonna
a
have to
day.
do it.
Yeah. No, I'm
Forever.
going.
Morning and
Yeah.
night forever.
You said you got off the hymns.
I'm still on it.
Oh, I thought you said you quit.
I took it off for a little bit, but
Now you're back on it.
Yeah, I got all my.
And you say it worked. You stand by it.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna. But what if it makes everything else more hairy?
I don't.
It's like topical. It's where you apply. That's what I'm saying. That's how I grew a beard. I put that on my face, and then a beard showed up. I did that for 2 months.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 14 or 15, my buddy had a beard, a full beard, at 14 or 15, and I go, "What do I do?" Well, because I wanted one so bad, because I have a baby face without this, and I was like, "Dude, I want a beard so bad." And he goes, "Just shave every day for a year."
That's
And
what
I-
everyone says, and I'm like, you're Arab. Like, of course you have a fucking beard. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, the guys who say that always, yeah, they have a beard at 14. I'm like, you weren't shaving. No, you just
that's a
have
good
a beard
point.
genetically. Like, it's mostly genetics. Like, that's
a
how it
good
works.
point. Yeah. So fuck you, Caleb.
Yeah, my dad could grow a beard, but he said he couldn't grow a beard until he was like 32. But then my oldest brother, like I said, he's 31 now, has nothing at all. But my middle brother he's had a full beard since he was 19.
What do you got going on under there?
Well, my arms or my chest?
Chest.
I got a decent amount.
Oh, so you got like the weird, just the right in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have a hernia? What's that scratch in your belly button?
On my belly button.
What's the red mark?
The fold from
Yeah,
him
I've just
sitting
been,
up.
I've just
Oh.
been creased.
That fold, you asshole.
Oh, it looked like a scar from a
Yeah, I'll have you
hernia.
know. I'll have you know. I've been trying to lose weight, and you just fucking ruined it. You just fucked it.
You'll be all right.
Yeah,
I'm
that's just the way
actively
I'm
trying to
sitting.
gain weight.
Are you?
Yeah.
I did that too. I used to be super skinny.
Trying to get to like 185.
I came out of COVID. I went into COVID completely skinny, like rail thin, no facial hair, nothing. And I came out of COVID. I got like my first tattoo. I gained like 20 pounds of like.
Where's your tattoo?
I got one on my chest. This wasn't my first one, but I got one right there, and then I got the rest on my thigh.
Oh, you
My
got
thighs.
the suicide one.
Yeah, I got 2 suicide ones, and then I just got a straight razor because I cut hair. It was just a flash.
Not to be confused for the suicide.
I don't even use. Best part is I don't even use straight razors when I cut hair. I was just getting a flash tattoo, and then I saw a straight razor, and I was like, sure, why not?
Do you do straight razor on people?
That's what I'm saying. No, I don't use it because I'm like, fuck it. I got a boulder. I got a little machine that does it, so it's like, what do I need a straight razor?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I probably still should, but
yeah. You ever think about going to barber school or Barbara Streisand?
okay.
No.
Here, let's smoke some weed. Let's get this thing going.
No, I didn't go because you don't need a license to cut hair in a lot of states. So like you don't need it in New York, for example. So I was going to move to New York. So I was like, why would I go to barber school if I'm moving to New York?
Right.
Spend that money, and then I came here, and then they were like, yeah, you need a license, and I was like, oh, okay.
Fucking Bill.
He's just hanging.
So did you? How old were you when you started cutting hair?
It was around kind of the same time I started comedy. I think a little bit later.
Okay.
And I just started cutting some. Like I cut my. The reason because I would see the videos on Instagram of like a Puerto Rican dude getting like a fresh lineup, and I'd be like, that's just cool. Like like a satisfying bit. I just like. I think part of it is because I cut grass my whole life too. And I worked landscaping a lot. I like cutting things. Like I like.
It's satisfying.
It's satisfying, and I just like seeing at the end. I'm like the crisp line, and everything. It's like it scratches that itch in my brain.
I understand that. Yeah.
So I liked it. So I was like, I just asked some friends. I had a buddy that just kind of buzzed his head every time. He would just do it himself. Like, let me just give you a fade. You never had a fade before.
Yeah, like, let me try it.
And it was shitty, and they let me guinea pig on him for a while, and then I started doing it more and more and more. And then I had another buddy who always got fades, like once a week or every other week, and he'd be like, you're not touching my hair. Then we all moved in together, and he saw my one buddy had kind of like a horseshoe hairline, and I was like, oh, grow it out a little bit. I'll give you like a British haircut, kind of give you like a fringe. It'll cover your hairline. He had never grown his hair before, and he loved it. And I started giving him, and I got really good on him. So the other roommate was like, okay. Started cutting all my friends. It was when they turned 21. I was still 20, and we lived together. I worked out a deal. I was like, I'll cut your hair. You buy me 2 drinks at the bar.
Oh, okay.
Because the drinks were cheaper there, too. So,
yeah.
like, I was basically cutting hair for $16-20.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm like, oh, they would come over Friday, Saturday night. I'm like, all right, I'll cut these 2 today. I'll cut the next 2 tomorrow. I could only go to like one bar because I was 20, so that was the other thing. I was like, I have to stay at this bar. So they would all buy me my drinks. I would get shit faced. They would leave to the other bars, and I would just hang out at the bar by myself,
drunk,
hammered. Because I lived like right next door to the bar, so I just walk home, and I was like, "What's up?" And then one time I was there at 3:30 in the morning, just drinking with the staff. I was like, "You guys have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
you guys have no idea who I am." They're just like, "You're the barber," and I go, "What?"
Yeah.
But I would just run home. And then
You're the barber. They know.
Dude, every time, because I told you, I literally lived like a minute walk from that bar. It was Shane Gillis was the door guy at the bar when he went there.
Really?
When we talked about that, I was like, oh, like I don't want to say it because people in underage.
Yeah.
But I was like, he was like, yeah, dude, I will let people in if you've handed me anything, school ID. If it was a card that looked like it, he'd be like, fuck. And it was still like, they scanned then too, but I had the shittiest fake ID. You could bend it all the way like that. And the guys would bend it. And I was just really good at it, I think, too. I didn't look older. I looked like I had a baby face, too.
Well, when I met you, I was like, this guy's like 28, 29.
Everybody thought I was much older because they'll go, you carry yourself that way. But also something with the drinking. It's like, I've noticed that a lot, like bartenders. I'm like, oh, I order right. A lot of people don't order correctly. I'll just be like, I'm like, oh, similar kind of thing. And I would just give them the thing. If there was a cover, there was another bar that would let you in. They had a cover, but they weren't too good with IDs. The good bars always got you. But the shittier ones kind of less. But what I would do is I would just give them the ID. I'd immediately pull the money out. I'd be like, is it $3 tonight? Okay. And I would hand $3, and I'm like, anyone else need it? And they're like, oh, this guy's clearly of age. He knows the cover.
Right.
I'm like, anyone else? I just got cash. So if you don't have cash on you? Okay, I'll just cover him. Just buy me a drink when we get in there. They'd be like, all right, what the fuck? And they'd let you in just fine. But yeah, they didn't care. And then COVID hit, and I started cutting everyone's hair because there was no barbershops.
Right.
So I would come home from work cutting grass. Come home, and then I'd cut hair for like 5 hours. I'd just be on my feet all day just cutting. And then I moved here and I started cutting like all the comics and everything.
During COVID, people see you with like a fresh fade and be like, oh, where'd you get your haircut at, man?
That was like a genuine thing. Still cherry?
Oh, everything's white.
Everything's white. Damn, I don't know if that's like just your vision or how you think like the world should be.
You're so red.
Oh
no! That was a real thing. We would go to Wawa, which is like our like gas station thing.
I love a Wawa.
We would walk into Wawa, and I would just like I'd be in the bathroom or something. I'd come out and I'd see my roommates. There'd be like 5 people around them, and I'd be like, "Oh, what the?" And this is COVID. This is before the mask mandate too. Before anyone knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Like, that was back. People would be like, "Hey, don't come near me, man. You might have the COVID."
Remember this?
Yeah, people were doing that dumb shit. They wouldn't touch the door.
Yeah.
So people would walk up to my room face to face. They'd be like, "Where the fuck did you get your haircut?" They'd be like, my roommate's a barber. So then everyone that like I knew from high school and college, like my one buddy, he went to a college 40 minutes away from me. Him and his roommate would drive, like because his roommate wanted one. His roommate didn't even know me. They'd be like, well, let's go get a haircut once a week.
But you were only doing the one style, right? You could only get the one haircut.
I mean, no. I mean, honestly, everyone's just. I would just do a fade. A lot of whatever they would leave on top. You know, if they had a buzz, then I'd leave the buzz. If they had slick back, I mean, I would do a little. I'm way better at scissors now. Like I've learned.
Well, because I remember when I first saw that you were doing the haircuts and figured that out. It was always whatever haircut you had is what you would give.
Well, that's what everyone always says, and it's like people still say that now. They still say that now. They're like, you just give
Collin
people your
did that?
haircut.
Collin.
And I'm like, nah, I mix my hair up all the time. So like I do.
You do mix your hair up a lot.
Yeah, I'm growing it back out now. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna get.
You have great hair.
Thank you.
You should grow it out.
I think it's my best physical trait that I.
It's 100% my best physical trait.
Yeah, you got a good beard.
It's my arms, but
You do have pretty burly arms.
oh yeah. Look at that thing.
Yeah, I got small arms. I got big legs.
You do got some trunks.
Yeah, I got stepdad legs.
Yeah. Oh, remember I said you Collin, you got retard legs.
Yeah, I do
Or
have
special ed legs.
I do have like Down syndrome cousin legs.
Yeah.
Like I do have when you go to like an Easter picnic and you're like, who the fuck is that again? You're like, that's Diane's son's friend.
Yeah,
And you're
he's
like,
got
oh.
something wrong with him.
Yeah, but
Like-
but look at his fucking legs real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's genetic.
Yeah.
My legs, but also Down syndrome. But my brothers, they got big legs like that. My dad had huge legs. It just comes something like that. We just have giant calves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's why I weigh 207 right now.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
you're
it's all
tall
my
too.
legs.
Kind of
But
tall.
you would think I'm 185. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like I'm not. You know,
Well, what are you 6? Are you 6 foot? Right at 6 foot?
I'm like 6'1".
Okay.
I'm like 6'1" and some change because I slouch a lot too. That's the big. Like when I actually stand up. Someone just said that the other day in the green room at Creek. I walked in and they were like, "Are you tall?" And I was like, "What?" They're like, "I thought you were like 5'10".
Yeah.
Wait, the other day? And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just not slouching today." They were like, "Geez," they were like 5'9". They're like, "I thought we were like almost the same height." I was like, "No, not really."
Yeah, I just have bad posture.
Yeah. I have terrible posture. I'm looking at how I'm sitting in this fucking chair.
Yeah.
That's why I had to fold. I'm literally curved. I'm sitting in a C formation right now. I'm man spreading under the table too.
Yeah, you are.
Yep.
Do you walk when you walk, are your feet like this too?
Nah, not really. They're kind of because I became conscious of that as a kid. I saw someone walk like a fucking idiot once, and I was like,
You're like, I don't want to be like that.
I was like, I'm not gonna fix my back, but I'm sure as shit not gonna be fucking duck foot out here.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, yeah. I tried to fix that pretty early.
It's also that's like and then there's the reverse where I think it's called pigeon toed,
bow-legged or whatever, right? That's one.
Is it
too.
pigeon toed when your feet go in?
Duck foot,
Yeah.
and bow-legged is when your knees go in.
That's when you're like, dude.
Hannibal
Knees
Buress
go
got
out.
that.
Yeah, dude. Jeff Foxworthy in one of those Blue Collar Comedy Tour DVDs. At the end, they did the panel, and Larry the Cable Guy was like, "Hey, show him your legs," and he stood up, and like literally, he like put his hat in between his legs and went like that, and you noticed that his legs were legit like. I mean, he was so bow-legged, it was insane.
Wow. Oh, yeah,
I've met
weird.
so many people like that too.
I got for some fucked up. You ever heard of you're not gonna be able to pronounce this one, Osgood Slogger or some shit like that. You know what it is?
Is that a comic?
Nah, it's like you see his knees right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's when you grow too quickly, so your kneecap, the cartilage doesn't do right, so you just have like a part like right under your knee, it just sticks out like the bone.
Oh, okay.
So my knee is like that. And then right underneath it just sticks out like that much. It's like, ding, that's my kneecap. And then it goes, shoom. Like if I would play basketball all the time. If I would fall.
Oh, yeah, you jump weird.
Yeah. It's all, my legs are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does a heel click when he jumps.
I do that when I shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like a rhythm thing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But, because I grew late. Like my dad was 5'2" when he graduated or was done junior year. Junior year of high school, he was 5'2". He was like 5'11" the start of his. He grew like 8 inches in like 3 months.
Oh, wow.
And like me and my one brother did something similar. Like I got stretch marks on my back. You can see one in particular. It's like a stretch mark that's like that big. You're like, oh, I grew 2 inches in like 2 weeks when I was like 18.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got weird. He's got hobbit feet.
Really?
Yeah.
Big old thick stakes for
People used to
feet.
make fun of me for my walk too. I bounce when I walk.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you ever try to correct it?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
And now you just gave up. Yeah.
It's like as if I have like music in my head, like walking to rhythm.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
That's like the people who also when they walk they walk on their balls of their feet.
I used to walk on my toes.
I used
they
to kick like that. I used to scrape. You're talking like the bottom of your shoe, like this part, the heel would scrape it.
That too, but there's the opposite where you're walking and you raise up on your tippy toes, sort of.
Toe walk.
Oh, I kind of did that at some points too.
Yeah.
When I was short because that's why I used to be super shorter. So I think I used to walk like that to be like, I'm not a midget. Like,
Right,
I'm
yeah.
good.
I'm not a midget.
Speaking of which, did you see them?
Dude, they were all
Oh,
around.
those
Bro.
little-
Oh, I have the best story for this.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm at work, right?
Yeah, they were all there.
They have the convention going on, and I've met an LP before,
L people.
LP.
Yeah, the LPs. You know,
Yeah,
LPP.
LPs. Yeah, LP short for midget. But there was a group of them that came in to watch the show, and it was like 8 of them, and they walked up, and I had to have them wait for the whole group to come together, and they were talking with me, and I was just like, they're really nice, and they went up, and then one came down, and he came down a couple times. His name was Dylan, and we chatted up a bit. Really nice guy. But
Dylan, half a man. Keep going.
Yeah, but seriously, for some
Yeah, 'cause
reason,
Dylan's old.
every time he would leave or they were around me, I was my serotonin was going off. I was in a great mood. I was
Really?
having fun.
Because you were like,
I was
look at these little fuckers.
I was like, no, and then I got stoned, and then I was thinking about it, and I was like, dude, why did they make me feel like it's? And I was like, oh, this is what it's like to be tall. I was like, this is what tall people.
You're just
feel.
like, what's up, bitch? What's
oh,
up,
dude,
bitch?
I'm taller than you. What's up, man? It was really
Hey,
funny.
Nick, I'm gonna send you when we get done. Remind me to send you the picture. I met one was at a show I did the other night at Meat Sweats, and he was the best. By the way, he was the best audience member. Also, coolest fucking dude ever. And I'll send you the picture though that we took one with him. He asked. It's not like I was like, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
you
come here.
asked him. Hey, you. Come
no, I
Hey, come
didn't.
here. I know
No.
you can't run fast.
No, he asked.
Come here.
Yeah.
What day was that? Because I walked by Mothership the other night. I didn't know about this. So I'm walking. I'm going to do
They were there all
Sunset
weekend.
or something.
It was all weekend.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was one of the. It was Saturday, I think, when I'm
Saturday, I
walking.
think,
So I'm
yeah.
walking to Sunset. So it's like, okay, if here's Mothership, here's Sunset. I have to walk by it, and I cut around because a lot of times there's a lot of people outside the front. So I'm like, oh, let me walk in the street. So I'm avoiding. So I cut around, and I'm not kidding. I'm walking, and I heard from the ground, "Watch it, buddy." And I looked, and I realized there was 30 of them taking a group photo, and I genuinely didn't notice. And I walked right in front. And I'll be honest, my fight or flight kicked in. I was scared because I was like,
Oh God!
I was like, I'll beat the shit out of one of them. But they're like piranhas. You know what I mean?
It's
I was
like the riot at your high school.
well, they travel in
Strength in
hordes.
numbers.
There's always I was
They're
like,
having the
two
big
of them's
convention.
gonna grab my legs. One of them's gonna get on top of me and pull my hair like Ratatouille and make me fucking.
Yeah, right.
I was like, oh, dude, I was like, sorry, man.
Yeah, 5 of them could kick the shit out of you.
I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. That's the other thing too. Also, the reason someone told me not to say midget the other day, and I was like, I met one, and this is I don't know if this is. They said they don't mind it. They're like, no. They said little person is just like Native American, where it was like normal white people just went, this is what you are now, because we're not going to give you the bad name, and they went, we don't even get to pick.
Yeah,
our own
we don't
fucking,
care.
They were like, little person. Objectively, that's the worst.
I think it's way more offensive than midget.
Yeah, dwarf I think is offensive, more offensive than midget, because then you're implying that they're magic and shit like that.
Right?
That's fucked up. You know what I mean? I will be honest
Yeah,
though. When you said you were around them and you said you got happy, I was like, oh, so they do.
They got magical powers, dude.
I was like,
They
all
got
right.
magical powers.
I was like, I know there's a reason I got one. I took one home. He's locked in the trunk.
Dude, I felt so tall and just I was like in such a good mood talking with them because they were really cool. They were all really nice.
Yeah. I had a wonderful experience.
They all got a great sense of humor, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They all do.
dude, he was the
midget
best
I've ever
audience
met.
member
Yeah.
at the show.
Yeah.
He loved it.
Bro, there was a midget at my college, and he would go to the gym every day. And I remember one time, this dude on the football team.
Was he trying to get taller?
Nah, he was just jacked, bro. He just did dead hangs every day. He was just holding a dumbbell between his feet, just
Let gravity do the work, baby.
Hey Kev, we're gonna lock up. Go ahead, I'll be here all night.
Yeah, it's only gonna work if I keep doing it.
No, he was squatting one time, and I saw this dude in the football team was like a lineman. It was like a 6'4" black dude walked up, and he was like, "Hey, yo, Kev." He was like, "Fuck is you squatting for?" And he was like, "So I can beat your bitch ass." And they were like, "Oh shit!" They were like, "Oh shit!" And he was like, "I'm fucking around, man." It was like punching the guy's knees and shit. I was like, "This guy's got a great sense of."
Dude, have you? Yeah.
You know, just doing dizzy noise.
Dude, Ralphie May has a whole like probably 8 to 10 minute chunk on midgets.
I thought you were about to say he was a midget. I was like,
No.
far from it.
No, he ate them. But, dude, he had a joke where he'd go, "Oh, I love me a midget ass. Love a midget ass. 3'4" standing up, 3'7" sitting down." Because they got the big
Fat ass.
ass.
They are. Bro, I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like when they have normal arms, though. I will say that. You saw there was one when I was there on Monday, Nick. When you were working and I was coming down, I was trying to point it out. Oh, I was trying to leave and you were at the door and there was one stand and I was trying to leave, but I can't just push her out the way. But her arms were as long as me, but she was 4 foot, and I was like, I don't like that.
So was she walking on her?
Dude, she could have. She looked like she was something from Monsters Inc. I didn't appreciate it. But that was not because of her. That's the way she was dressed. She looked a fool. She had a dumb outfit on. That was nothing to do with her disability. She was just Latina, and she was just one of.
Shay, she was Latini.
That's good. Then that's a good one.
Hell yeah.
Now, when this is over, you remember that tomorrow. Forget about the fucking menage a twank, whatever you said earlier. You remember that one.
Latini.
Dude, I do this thing. I was telling somebody this the other day. This is like my favorite. I'm not kidding. I love going. I don't do it much anymore because I don't go to them anymore. But when I'm in a crowded bar, like a college bar, like something like that, like I was out on Range for the first time in a year and a half the other week, and I walk into a bathroom. When you go to like a bar like that where the bathroom's crowded.
Be careful on Rainy.
Oh, I know. That's why I don't fucking go there. I'm prime suspect.
Yeah,
They're
you
trying
are.
to get
You're
me.
right there.
Yeah.
You look like it.
And I drink a lot. They're like, here, smell this. I'm like, sure. And I just wake up dead.
Did you hear the theory that it's a couple?
That's what I've been telling people. I'm like, it's a woman, I think, seducing men, drugging them, and then they go. Anyway, I'm out of this crowded bar. I do this thing where there's like a line, right? There's a couple guys in the urinals already, so you got to wait to take a piss. I make friends. Like when I go to the bathroom, I'm in there for 30 minutes. Like the girls I'm with or anything like that, they're like, where the fuck's Collin at? And I'm like, oh, I was making friends in the bathroom. They're like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's not gay. It's not what you think. I always sit there and it's like this itch in the back of my brain. I can't turn it off. When the stalls are filled up, I just go, yo, is that midget still throwing up back there? And everybody stops pissing and they go, what? And I go, yo, I was in here 30 minutes ago. There was a midget throwing up in the stall. Like they had to come and get him, and they picked him up. Like they had to take him out, and they were like, what? And the best part is, since it's a bunch of dudes and they're all drunk, every time, it's never not worked. I've done this dozens and dozens of times. Every time some guy that's in that bathroom starts agreeing with me, they go, I saw the midget.
Oh,
I saw the.
Even though there was no midget,
there was never a midget. I mean, I don't think there was. But the thing is, it's either they were so drunk that they were like, yeah,
I remember that.
Or they're also an asshole like me, and they're like, fuck it, I'm
gonna
getting
get
in on
that
this.
bit.
I'm just going to get in on it. And I just convince everybody. And I think the line that sells it to him is because I always go, he was throwing up. They were like, really? I was like, yeah, he was just like this. He went, he don't got to bend over. Bah! Bah! Ah! And then they just go, you don't gotta move at all. He's the perfect for the toilet. And I say that, and they're always like, that's how that. That is what they would do. I bet. I thought I walked in. I said, "Is he breathing fire? What the fuck? Because they got powers."
That's so good.
And I did it. I brought that out of retirement the other week because it was my first time going to like a bar like that, and I just saw this sucker taking a piss, and I was like, "Are you pissing in here because the throw up's in there?" Oh, he's showing throw up. I go, yeah, one of the midges, one of the magi.
Hey, that's what we should start saying.
Cool.
The magi. That's cool.
Magi.
Yeah, because that kind of sounds like a black guy made it up.
It sounds super exclusive.
Well, magi is like
Still sounds like magic.
a king or something.
It does kind of magi.
The magi, that's something Jewish. Yeah, the magi maybe.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's some Lord of the Rings shit. Like I think that is. So maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think like that either.
I think Gandalf might have been a magi or something.
No, he was normal size.
Yeah, I know. Magi's aren't for midgets. They're just magic.
Oh.
He was something. What was he called? They had a name.
A wizard?
Nah, but his race. He's an angel.
No.
Magic's
I don't know. Lord of the Rings stinks.
What the fuck?
What? But they don't. You didn't like the new one where they made the dwarves black?
I don't like that stuff.
You should watch
Dwarves
it.
are black people. Or should I say, in which order do you not like them?
Lord of the Rings.
You know what's well, you know why you don't like Lord of the Rings? You look like Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
Gimli.
That's why. Yeah, you look like a dwarf. Sitting down, dude. You look from this angle. Looks like you're. Yo, that's crazy. From this angle, if you just cut your legs out, it looks like you're standing, and it looks like you have an axe that
Really?
you wield one-handed because
Hell
you're that.
yeah.
Yeah, because you're burly too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. You like rocks?
Like rocks and roll.
Oh God.
Never mind.
Yeah. On that note,
Yeah, you're a gnome, not a dwarf.
let's do plugs, Colin. Where can people find you?
When is this coming out?
I don't know.
Who knows?
July.
It'll be a while.
Maybe August.
I shouldn't say. I should know exactly.
Well, if you're around tonight, I'm at the Creek in the Cave. I'm doing a Filthy Show at the Creek in the Cave on Saturday. I'm doing.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I just did it first time last
a great
Saturday. It went
show,
great.
dude.
Yeah. I'm judging the roast battle at Creek on the 14th.
Nice.
I'm opening up
What?
for Sam Casillo's headlining debut at Fallout Theater, 10 p.m. on the 15th. Come to that one.
Nice.
Or the 21st at Sunset, or the 22nd at Alamo Draft House.
Well, you got a lot of stuff.
That's what I said. I got concussed, and then people were like, I feel bad for him.
Oh,
He might not have much left.
When we get done with this, hit me over the head with a board or something.
Gotcha.
And then I did good, and they were like, oh, he's not one of those magi. He's one of those magi. That does sound kind of like...
It sounds bad, but so does Boogaloo. But that's a really funny name that's not racist.
We haven't.
It is when you do it, though. It is coming out
when you do it.
of that mouth. It is.
I love Bill's my little Boogaloo. Look at my little Boogaloo over there.
I think he's Nick's right now.
Yeah, that's the only way to get him to stop annoying everyone.
Yeah.
Almost
Wow.
puked again.
Stop.
Gross. On that note, Nick, what are your plugs?
Check out Absurd Junk. Subscribe to the Sidecar Junkaroo. Follow that on junkaroo.mag on Instagram.
.MAGA. He loves Trump.
Yeah, you're right. It's a pro-MAGA issue.
Nicholas Ceppaglia. Nicholas Ceppaglia on everything. Twitter is Nick Fitzwell still. Couldn't fix that one. Other than that, come check me out at the Mothership every week. And Mason?
Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, The High Noon Podcast, and on Instagram, highnoon_pod. I have a monthly show at Vulcan Gas Company. Please, the next one's July 22nd, if that's out.
It's my mom's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Colin's mother.
She's going to be 63.
Oh, shit. That's not that old. Nowadays, that's not that bad at all.
It is for me being 24.
Oh, you do have an old mom. Yeah, because mine's only like... yeah.
Maybe don't show her this episode.
Yeah, god damn. How many does she have left, Colin?
Well, yeah, because my mom's only in like the 50s. But early 50s.
Yeah, my dad was 45 when I was born, or 44 turning 45. My mom was 39 turning 40.
Way to shoehorn that depressing story in.
No one even knows that
one
he's
knew,
dead
yeah.
until now.
Yeah.
You gave it away.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll have
Wait,
to wait
that was
for
a real
next time.
M. Night Shyamalan.
So close. Philly.
Oh, he's okay.
Yeah.
Well, Collin O'Meara. I almost called you Colin. But Collin O'Meara, thank you for
Gollum.
Yeah.
Gollum.
Gollum.
I don't get it. Just come
Collin
on.
O'Meara, thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Toodaloo.
There's an outro, asshole.
Yeah.
Howdy, partner. Thanks for tuning in to High Noon with that wily coyote.
You gotta take it all in.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on all platforms.
Share.
We'll see you next week on the Dusty Trail.
Sounds like a
More
guy
hijinks
getting
and fun.
interviewed on a true crime
Yeah.
documentary. And they don't want him to...
I didn't mean to murder those people.
Yeah.
I was too busy listening to Mason Smith on High Noon Podcast. Every week.